Earl John Carl Miller and South Tama County Trojans and class of 1979.
All right, and tell us, what are you doing here?
Oh man, when I heard about it, my nephew actually told me about it, and he is one of the sponsors for it. And when I heard that, I was fired. I wanted to play, and so I just was staying in touch with him and staying in touch. And then he finally got me in touch with JJ Novotny, and it was on after that.
All right, tell us what it's like practicing with all these guys.
My gosh, what athletes! I mean, anytime you can take individual athletes out of each school, each year, 2 or 3 out of each class, or 4, maybe 5, how can you not want to play? That's the ultimate. And knowing you're the older of the guys, and watching them and how the changes, the weights, the lifting, these guys are good, strong athletes for, now in modern days. So.
Tell us about the rival between Tama and Grinnell.
Well, I mean, they never had a chance when we played. Let's put it that way. I mean, we beat them guys from 8th grade on every year badly. And I heard that they had, caught up a little bit towards the end there. But I don't know what the exact records is, but I would say that we probably still hold lead over them, unless you guys heard different, So.
All right, good. Tell us what your favorite football is.
Oh, well, actually playing Grinnell. I mean, it was great because they thought they was going to come. We had to go down to Grinnell to play them, and we beat the Panthers. I think it was like 26-7 at that time, or 28-7, one of the two. But I had one fumble recovery and several tackles in that game to remember it. And I was playing defensive tackle at that time. I was only 160 pounds. So, and we played all CIC teams back then. Hello, Kathy. Good, you. So.
Did you ever think you'd get a chance to play again?
Never. Never did. You dream it. You watch football. You can see what's out there now, what you could want to do. And you're thinking, oh man, if I would have done something like that when I was younger, well, I tell you, I could have played, maybe beyond what I did in high school. But now, to play again and then be with the athletes that we have out there, I mean, there are some phenomenal athletes out there right now. So, and anyway.
How do you feel accepted by all these guys?
Yes, that's the thing. I mean, you walk on the field, they look at you, they don't even think nothing of you. Actually, the class of '95 was the class that I really got to be friends with because I had 2 cousins that were 95 and 96, I believe. And so that was an accepted situation right off the bat, and then there's other players that were involved with that team, and so I really got to play a lot of basketball and running around with those guys, to really get accepted in, because they're about the halfway point of that situation,
So do you have relatives out there that play?
Yes, I do.
Tomorrow?
Yes, it'd be Wes Hand and Matt Hand, and golly sakes, I'm trying to think. Through let's see, their grandpa was in their hands, and then my grandma was a hand. So that's how that goes back a little bit. Yeah. Because my dad and their grandpa would be first cousins. That's how that would be.
Okay, so obviously you never got to play with them before.
No, never, no. Other than just messing around. I wrestled Wes one time, and it was about a minute and a half, and I said, Wes, I think that's enough. Of course, he went on to be a Iowa Hawkeye wrestler for heavyweight,
Wow.
So that tells you something.
Yeah. So you're going to be on his team. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I'm on that side of the field. So, and what's so funny about it, when I was a younger kid, we lived down in the Poweshiek County area, so we actually had to go to Grinnell school for about 2.5 years because we had moved from Tama down to Grinnell area, and then we moved back to South Tama, because we always wanted to go back to here. My dad always wanted to because my dad was a good athlete for South Tama back then when it was just Tama, Tama.
So he wanted you to play for Tama?
Yeah, he wanted us to play for Tama, our family. So, yep.
Well,
yep.
I see all these guys, as soon as you walked in, they're all like, hey, Earl.
Yeah.
They're all excited to see you.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, you can't get any better than that, because you know that when they're talking to you that way, they want to see you here,
Exactly.
And that's what in fact, I even pulled a tooth out just to sacrifice a tooth just to play on the team here. So I texted JG and I told him I'm going to pull a tooth, and by golly, I did, and I yanked her out, and we're here today.
That's football.
That's football.
And
That's
dedication,
sacrifice.
too.
I told her I was going to do something, and I did. So anyway, great.
Great thing.
Hey, thank you.